You ever feel that strange tug in your chest when something in your life almost makes sense, but not completely? Like a shadow trailing behind you that doesn't quite match your movement? That's what hit me the moment I found the postcard. At first glance, it seemed like nothing, just a faded picture, a bent corner, a thin whisper of a world that shouldn't exist. But the second my fingers brushed the paper, there was this undeniable ache, like someone had just opened a door inside my mind that I didn't even know was locked. And behind that door, something was waiting. Something familiar. Something that felt like me. The postcard showed a world eerily similar to ours. Same sky, same kind of streets, same kind of people walking by. Yet every detail felt off by a fraction, like it belonged to a story told slightly differently. Colors were richer. Shadows swayed a little slower, people's eyes lingered longer, and the message on the back. You are not alone. Your other self is searching for you. It wasn't signed, but the handwriting looked uncomfortably close to my own. The reality behind the postcard. The deeper I looked, the clearer it became. This wasn't some symbolic art piece or forgotten souvenir. It was a fragment of a world where every human has a double living in a parallel existence. A reality running alongside ours like 2 pages of the same book. In that world, every decision we make here creates a divergence there. Every fear we avoid, they confront. Every triumph they celebrate, we might have missed. Every mistake we regret, they might have corrected. And for reasons we can't fully explain, the boundaries between the worlds are thinning, just enough for echoes to slip through. Maybe that's why some memories feel borrowed. Why you dream with a clarity that doesn't belong to your life. Why sometimes, standing alone in your room, you swear someone is watching you. Not threatening, not distant, just curious. Because maybe they are. I know what you might be thinking. Well, if everyone has a double out there, what does that mean for me? Why would my other self want to contact me? And how did a postcard end up here? Great questions. Honestly, the exact questions I asked myself when I first tried to make sense of this. And trust me, the answers aren't as straightforward as you'd expect. But follow me a little further. What the postcard shows, and what it hides in the image printed on the front, there's a small coastal town. Houses with red roofs, a lighthouse cutting the fog, people walking along the pier. But if you look closely, there's a reflection in the water that doesn't match the figures on the pier. It's subtle, almost unnoticeable unless you stare long enough. In the reflection, there's someone else. A second version of each person. Moving differently, looking in directions their counterparts aren't. That's when it hit me. This postcard wasn't showing a place. It was showing a boundary. A thin seam where 2 realities brush against each other, like waves trying to merge, but never fully becoming one. And somewhere in that seam, our doubles live out their own lives. Lives shaped by choices we never made but always wondered about. A quick breath together. Let me pause for one moment, because if you're still here with me, it means your mind is racing just as fast as mine did the first time. And honestly, that's good. Questions are the doorway to connection, and I want you with me for the rest of this journey. All right, let's step deeper. Imagine meeting your other self, not a clone, not a copy, not a stranger. A version of you who made even slightly different choices from the moment you were born. Maybe they kept a promise you broke. Maybe they followed a dream you let slip. Maybe they eliminated a threat you never faced. Maybe they held on to someone you lost. Maybe they walked away from someone you stayed with. And maybe they've been trying to reach you because something in their world is changing. Something dangerous, something beautiful, or something that needs the one person they trust more than anyone. You. Because who would you trust more than yourself? How the postcard crossed realities. The scientists in that parallel world, at least the ones who understand fractures between dimensions, believe that emotional spikes create ripples strong enough to bridge realities for a fraction of a second. Joy, fear, regret, longing. Moments when the human heart becomes loud, and in one of those moments, someone, your double, my double, someone else entirely, managed to send a message through. A message that reached the person most connected to them, you. Because somewhere, sometime, in some version of life, your paths were meant to cross. why this matters for you. Right now. Whether you believe in alternate realities or not, this story speaks to something real, a truth about identity, choice, and the 1,000 lives we could have lived. Maybe you've felt stuck. Maybe you've wondered what your purpose is. Maybe you've questioned whether your choices mattered. This postcard whispers something powerful. You're not the only version of you trying to find meaning. And you're not alone in trying. Someone out there, someone who is you, might be searching, reaching, hoping you'll someday reach back. And this story, this moment, this curiosity blooming inside your chest right now, it's the beginning of that connection. If you want more stories like this, I dive into worlds like this all the time. Mysteries, alternate realities, hidden histories, emotional journeys filled with wonder and discovery. And if this story made you feel even a spark of curiosity, imagination, or connection, subscribe to the channel, leave a like to support the work, share this video so more people can discover their other selves. You being here means more than you realize. Thank you for listening. And remember, somewhere out there, your other self might be listening too.